Hello gamers, welcome to another edition of Tonight on Mage Hammer's Game Table. For tonight I'm continuing my series featuring my own role-playing game, Delves and Dangers, Rules Life Fantasy role-playing game. If this looks like a game that you'd be interested, there's a link in the description below that will send you to an itch.io page where you can download it for free or it's pay what you want. So this is the campaign I'm running currently, solo campaign, featuring the Heroic Hairfoots for hire. They are led by Theo Shieldfoot. He is a Hairfoot cleric of Retha, goddess of luck. Fenster Sneakfoot is their resident thief, who helps with traps and so forth and so on. Second in command is Barry Goodhollow. She is a folk hero, Hairfoot, wizard, who helped save her own town from a undead incursion. And this is Clyde, their muscle, dual short sword wielding, trench coat wearing, BA, if you will. And they are currently lost in the dark beneath after having been sent on a mission by a deep dragon named Synthesis to retrieve a long spear that is a dragon slaying spear from dread elves that had taken over his horde. Well, they were betrayed by the minions of Synthesis and now are trying to find their way home. So that's where our adventure is. They are currently lost in this particular Dark Beneath section, and at the end of last episode, they saw some flickering light coming from a place up in an elevated position, we'll say, up these little cliffs. Cliff's probably a strong word. Anyway, so Clyde is about to climb up there and see what he can see. So that's where the action begins today. So he starts climbing. He needs to make a strength check. He gets 3 dice. I'm just going to say it's pretty easy to carry. So DL2, well, failed die roll, not enough. He kind of slides back down, not so far that he takes any damage or anything, but he's making a significant amount of noise. So he's going to try again, reroll a failed die, and he gets an exploding die. He needed only 2. He gets up to this level here, looks around, doesn't really see anything. Between the fire and Barry's light, he goes and tries to climb up the corner edge of that particular thing. Reroll a failed die, and he gets an exploding die. He only needed 2 successes. Climbs up into that area, and he sees a bedroll and a chest, and nothing else. And a fire. There's a fire burning, and nothing else. Very well. I don't see anything. Okay. Well, I guess, well, what do you think? There's a chest up here. I know Fenster likes to steal things, but I really don't think we should. Hey, watch it. Yeah, sorry. It's the truth, though. Well, okay. Well, I guess you can... And then just as he does that, a shadowy figure drops down behind him and puts a knife to his throat. Hey, bub. I wouldn't do that if I were you. Shut your mouth. Tell your friends there's nothing up here and you are to leave, or I'll slit your throat. Yeah, okay, coming down now. Yes, keep walking. All right, so he's going to try to break free of the grip. I'm going to say strength, plus being short, he has a lower center of gravity. We'll see if that matters. He's going to try to break free of the grip. I'm going to say it's a DL3. If he fails, the guy's going to stab him. He does not fail. Wow. So he turns around and he goes, hey guys, there's somebody up here. He turns around and he sees a dread elf in front of him. It's a dread elf. And then he gets, I'm going to roll, the guy smacks him across the face. And so he does some damage, 3 damage to Clyde. Shut your face. And Clyde takes 3. Leave this place. I just want to be left alone. Yeah, well, you started this. He pulls out his short swords, and so does the dread elf. Pulls out a long sword. I just want to be left alone. Guys, there's a dread elf. Hurry! And so the dread elf's like, I don't want to fight you. I just want to be left alone. He claims he wants to be left alone. You know what? Why do you two sound alike? Shut up. And so, Theo's like, okay, well, come on down then. Let's leave him alone. We'll respect his space. I don't like being attacked. He spits blood onto the floor. I am asking you nicely. Yeah. I'm going. But don't try anything funny. So he sheaths his short sword slowly, and then the Dread Elf puts his long sword away, and he starts to climb back down. Roll failed die, exploding die. Okay, makes it down there. Makes it, and then he stays on that lower level. Listen, bub, what are you doing out here anyway? That is my business and not yours. I just want to be left alone. Well, hey, maybe we can help each other out. What? What do you mean by that? We need a guide. Have you ever been to the surface world? Yes. In the past, a few times. Yeah, well, I can barely hear you. Can we maybe, like, talk like, civilized folk? We can meet on that level there, and that'll be neutral territory, right? This whole area is my territory. Yeah, okay. Yeah, listen, we really need some help. I can tell. You seem far from home. Yeah, well, that's a long story. Maybe we can share a meal and talk or something. You haven't killed Clyde yet. Hey, he wouldn't be able to kill me anyway. Yeah, right. You haven't killed Clyde. You had a chance. So, we really need help. I don't know. Well, what else you doing? You have nothing better else to do. That's pretty good logic. My Granny Shieldfoot always said, idle hands, they can get you in trouble, or they can make you one of the most productive people in the world. Granny Yeah, so what do you think? Should we just talk? Weapons away? Maybe over a meal? I suppose I can hear you out, but I'm staying on this level. Okay, we're gonna climb up to that middle level, and that way I'm not have to yell the whole time, and I can hear your wispy voice better. So he's gonna try to climb up there. He is unable to. Fenster should be able to do it. I'm gonna give Fenster he gets 3, and plus I'm gonna give him proficiency die. And heck, I'm gonna even count it as thievery, so Fenster's gonna climb up there, because he's used to climbing things. So he got 3 successes only anyway. Well, if he rolled that, yep, 3 successes, but he makes it up to where Clyde is. So they're up on that area there, and then Barry and they're there. And then I don't really think I'm gonna need a mini for this, but it's still fun to put it out anyway. As of right now, things are looking okay for all of them. So he's up here, they're down there. We'll just say that this is like where the cliff face is, in case it becomes an issue. He's kind of standing on the cliff face looking down at them, and then they're and they're down there. So that'll be how I'll delineate that. Okay, so Theo can get up there. Barry, she's not going to use her precious power points to dimension step, so she's going to try to climb herself. Fenster's like, hold on, let me bring you down a rope. So Clyde and Fenster throw a rope down, and then they are able to climb up the rope fairly easily. Okay, so my name is Theo. The Clyde was your sparring partner there. Yeah, okay, and this is Fenster, and this is Barry. So, like the fruit. Hello. Yeah, okay, Would you like to eat and talk? No. Say what you have to say. Okay, listen. We really are kind of lost down here. We were brought down here by some guides, and they abandoned us. And so once they got what they wanted, they abandoned us. And we're really trying to make our way back, but it's proving to be difficult. This is a very imposing and confusing. Yes, the dark beneath my home can be a merciless place. Yeah, right. So we will be willing to hire you to take us back to the surface and act as our guide. Hire? Yeah. We have access to some resources. We could pay you. And then Fencer says, we also know where there's a dragon horde. He laughs. I am Kazakh. And I am an exile of my own people. I think it's safe to tell you that. But I know of the dragon horde you speak of, because I stole from it and was exiled because of it. Oh. Well, you and Fenster have something in common. I said I don't steal things. Yeah, I know, sorry, whatever. Anyway, so you like coinage, you like treasure. I do. Well, we would be willing to pay you quite a bit when we get back, and then maybe you could buy your way back into your home. No. I will guide you back to the surface. What part of the world are you interested in? Well, it's kind of south, I guess, of what we call Northgate, a city, mostly a human city. And it's a little village named Winterhaven. But how far away is it? Well, we think it's about a day to maybe 2-3 days travel still through the dark beneath. Okay, I know of several ways to the surface. I will take you to the one that I feel is 2 or 3 days away, and we shall see if it's the one that you need. In return, I need, I will need magic items, 2 magic items, and I will need 500 of your gold coins. Okay. That's it. No bartering. No, we you really, I mean, we could go on our way and kind of find our way, but we need to get back pretty quickly, and we think that, a guide will get us there much faster. All right, then it's a deal. Yes. All right, we leave upon the morrow. Remember, my name is Kazakh. I shall stay up here. You stay down there. If there's any aggression, you will pay for it. Okay, deal's a deal. I don't like this, boss. I know, Clyde, but I think it's the best way to go. You better not be wrong. So they're going to hunker down, even though it's not quite time, but they kind of chill out for a while. Theo sings a little song, and then I'm going to see if there's any encounter. I'm going to say only on a 1 is there an encounter. Yeah, no encounter. So they hunker down. Their stamina resets. Her power points reset. And their healing stones reset. Let's see. I'll give these 3 to Theo, 2 to Barry, 1 to Fenster, and 1 to Clyde. They already have their daring dice for this session. And 2, 4, 6, 8, and she's going to spend 1 to cast magic armor in the morning. She is still rolling 8 dice for her casting. She casts a spell. Rerolls a failed roll. She has 2 exploding dice. And so that's a lot. 4, 8, 10. She has armor 5 for the day. So there's 4, and let's add 1 more. I like the way I put together magic armor in this game. So she's fairly well protected today. All right, so after a quote-unquote night's rest, Kazakh floats down below them. Whoa, that's a great trick. And says, follow me. So they have to climb down here. Clyde holds the rope. They all climb down. And then Clyde needs to make a check himself to get down. And failed roll, and he does. So they are soon on their way. Okay, so Kazakh, Dread Elf Exile, is leading the way. So that will speed things up. So, Mr. Kazakh, what, how is life with the... I don't want to talk. Oh, okay, all right. Mind if we sing? Singing will bring death upon your head swifter than most things in this realm. Okay. Message received. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They have to go through 10 of these, and I'm down to... All right, so I will, after they get to 8, I will reshuffle and turn them into that. So they're going to make their way into a mushroom forest. Let's see if the mushrooms, I'll roll. First of all, I'll roll to see if the mushrooms are hazardous or not. So that'll be a 1 or a 2 on a d6. They are not hazardous. He says, as they're making their way through the caves, he says, Kazakh says, don't touch the mushrooms. They're only deadly if you disturb them. And so they go through 1. Clyde's like, why are you whispering? Same reason you do. Arrgh. And so they go through to 1. Let's see if there's an encounter in 4. 1 or a 2. Ooh, they're gonna have an encounter. See if it's a hazard or a creature. 1 to 3 is a hazard, and it's a hazard. But they're not passing directly through 4, so they're going to pass on through, because any hazard would be stationary there and affect them once they enter that area. Let's see if there's an encounter / whatever in 1. There is not. So they make it through this card. Then they travel a couple hours between caves. Let's see if they have an encounter in the cave-in. They do not. They make it through the passage, and that adds another hour, so she gets back her PowerPoint. And... so they come to this one. They come to the water, and he's like, we must cross that river to get across. All right, let's do what we need to do. Get it over with. Yes, well, well, I can teleport across, but I can only take myself. All right, Barry. Well, that's good. Why don't you, well, I don't know. I'll swim across first. And the Dread Elf runs and leaps and lands on the other side. How is he doing that? And surreptitiously, we'll say this is the river, surreptitiously, Barry casts Sense Magic and whispers in his ear, he has magic boots. Oh. Fun. So he's keeping an eye. I'll keep an eye. Continue across the river. So let's see if there's something in 4. There is not. Okay, cool. Because that's pretty close. And we'll see if there's something in 1. There is. Hazard? Nope. Creatures. All right. So let's roll up some creatures. And that's after he jumps over. We already had one of those. That's interesting. It could be interesting. I have one. I just literally pulled one of those miniatures out the other day. All right, so I got that one of those miniatures here, And I have another one of those miniatures somewhere. See if I have it here, if it's in easy reach. I hope yep, I do. And we'll just call that one of these things as well, just to speed things up, because I think I only have 2 miniatures of these. All right, so while Clyde's going to swim across, he has to make a strength check. It's not really that hard, so it's going to be a DL2 to make the swim. Actually, I'm going to make it a DL3 because he's in armor. But he makes it across. He's over there with the Dark Elf. She casts... All right, so just... She's about to cast her spell. She's going to Dimension Step. That's going to cost her, I think Dimension Step is only 2. I think it's 2 power points in DL2. Gotta check my rule book here. Dimension Step, yeah. Okay, so she spends 2 power points. And she has to make DL2, which shouldn't be a problem with 8 dice. And she does, easily. And so she pops over there. Just as she pops over there, around the corner from this direction, these creatures, one flies at Theo, one flies at Fenster. They swipe and kind of swoop back up towards the ceiling. And another one swoops in as well. So we're going to get an attack on Fenster, an attack on a swooping attack on Fenster, 2 swooping attack on Theo. These gargoyles, underground predators, go to their entry in the rules. And they get to swipe and attack as one single action. Ooh, and they have 2 claws, so that's a lot of dice. So they swipe with both claws at Fenster. And that is, they roll a exploding die, this one. And that is 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Fenster has 2 armor, so that takes 7 damage. Just, they're not trying to grab him, they're just trying to swipe and they're trying to kill him. They're hungry. So Fenster goes, ah! And then the attack on Theo. Double claws. 2, 3 exploding dice. Yikes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Minus 3 is 8 damage to Theo. Ouch. These are pretty formidable creatures. And then the other one swoops in from the other direction and attacks Theo as well. It gets no exploding dice. And it's got 2, 4, 6, 8. Minus 3 is 5 more on Theo. So he is hurting badly. All right, so they swoop up, so they're up above. Barry's like, what the? So she's going to try to hit 2 of them with a lightning streak, because the other one's kind of flying the other way. So she's going to cast lightning streak. So that is, or fire stream. She has fire stream, sorry. So that's 2, 3, 4. So she is going to roll 12 casting dice. And I should have rolled initiative, I guess, but we'll say Barry has initiative. Okay, and everybody else. Yeah, so they're all acting before the creatures anyway. All right. Okay, so let's unleash that fire stream at 2 of them. Ugh. Reroll a failed die. And that's it. No exploding dice, nothing. Still pretty decent. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 off of their agility resistance. So they take 7 each. And they don't like that very much. She's got their attention for sure. Fenster fires his fires off his hand crossbow at one of them. One of the ones that got fire struck. Ooh, nice hit. Reroll failed die. And 2 exploding dice. And another exploding die. 2, 4, 6. Nice. So he almost takes that one down. In fact, he's going to go nuts and use his daring die to add to that damage, and that will finish that one off. So no longer. It plops to the ground. Done. So that was Fenster's attack. Clyde doesn't have any really great ranged attacks, so he's going to wait a bit. If one swoops near him, he'll go after, but it may not happen. And Theo doesn't have any ranged attacks to speak of either. So he is going to run and jump in the river and try to swim across. Now, he's wearing his armor, so I'm going to say that's going to be a DL4, which is going to be tough. Okay, he's on his way. Let's see. He's only at 2. He could use his daring die to add to that. Maybe. But he needs 4, so he's not going to make it. So he fails, so now he's kind of floundering in the water. Help! And he's starting to kind of float away. So I'll come back to him in a minute. Now the gargoyles, one swoops down at Barry and attacks with 12 dice. And swoops back up. Oh, Barry. That is 4 exploding dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 exploding dice. Yikes. Well, anyway. Wow. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 attacks from dual claws. Minus 5. So she only takes 4 damage. Good for that magic armor today. It's almost as if Zather knew she was going to need it. God of Mages. And it swoops back up. Alright, then... Fenster gets attacked with a swoop attack. And Fenster must have dodged a little bit because only 6 successes, so only 4 damage to Fenster. Alright, so that brings us to initiative. Ugh, Fenster. No, Fenster is after. Reroll fail die. Oh, no. Barry's after. Theo's before Clyde. Did I roll 2 dice for Clyde? Clyde rerolls a failed die. Oh my gosh. Man. After the gargoyles. Not great. So Theo needs to make a check to see if he can grab onto the side of the river before he flows underneath down a hole that takes it to a different place. So he needs to make another strength check. We're going to say strength 3. All right, so he only gets 2. He's going to have to try to use his daring dice here. All right, that's enough. So he holds on to the side. So he's just kind of hanging in there on the side and waiting for someone to pull him up. So that was his action. This gargoyle swoops down and attacks Fenster. Fenster's in trouble. Maybe. That is 2 exploding dice. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 11. Minus 2 is 9. Fenster no longer has his daring dice, and Fenster goes down. And then the gargoyle flies over to this area. Looks like it might get its meal after all. And then this one flies down and attacks Barry again because it did not like the fire stream that hit its friends. And that's 5 right there, so that means that there is only 4 damage to her. All right, so now it swoops back up. And so Fenster, we're going to save him towards the end. Clyde comes and pulls Theo out. Doesn't necessarily need a strength check. And so that's what they do together. And then Barry magic bolts the guy that's been attacking her, and he is the uninjured one. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yes, so she fires a magic bolt at the uninjured one. Reroll a failed die, and that's 2 exploding dice. So that's pretty dang good. So that's 4, 8, 10, minus 2 is 8. So she nailed that guy. And then the Kazakh puts magical darkness all over Barry. Hey! And then suddenly everything's plunged into darkness. No, yeah. Puts darkness on... Not going to put darkness. Because he put darkness on Barry, but then she's carrying the only light source for the surface dweller, so he's not going to do that. He does participate, though. He pulls out his own hand crossbow and fires it at the one that Barry just swooped and attacked Barry. So that's 3, 6, 7. Minus 2 is 5. So he takes that one down. So it plummets to the earth. Crossbow bolt in its eye. And this one flies away. Its 2 brothers are now dead. It's not worth the meal. I need to have Fenster make a strength as resistance roll. Reroll a failed roll. And exploding die. He is just fine. Barry is going to unfortunately... No, he says, I'll get him. So flies over, brings him back with his leaping and striding he does with those boots of his. And Theo moves upon him immediately and uses 3 healing stones in a row. Boom, boom, boom. Retha, Retha, Retha. And heals him 14 and 19, which brings him back to full stamina. Theo uses 2 on himself. That is 12 more. It brings him to almost full. And Barry uses 1 of her own. Brings her back to that. Okay, so she's in pretty good shape, still injured. He stands up. Oh, wow, that hurt. Yeah, we must continue. So they go. She only has 3 power points. So they make it out of here. And they travel a couple hours, so she gets back 4 more power points during the journey down the long halls and along the cliffs, the deep cliffs. So there's that. So she gets more power points. Okay, so this one here. See if there's anything in 1. There is hazard 1, 2, 3 creature. Yep, that's a hazard, so they're not going that way. See if there's anything in 3. There is. See if it's a creature. It is not. It's a hazard, so they're staying out of that room. See if there's something at 4. There is not. They go out that way. Now they have 2 more. They have to get through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, so they need to get through 2 more. And this has been hours, so they want to keep pressing on. It's not quite enough to take a full rest or anything, but they are making their way. The river piece is annoying. So. All right, that one's not too bad. So this is going to be number 9 if they make it through. Let's roll an encounter and see if there's anything in 1. There is not. Anything in 3. There's not. Anything at 4. There is not. So they make it through, no problemo. And so a couple hours later, they come to this room, see if there's something in 1, something in 2, something in 5. No, very peaceful. They make their way through and they come to, and they were on the way in the right direction because they come into a room that looks very familiar to them. They're very tired and weary from their journey, but they come into this room from this direction. What is this? I don't know, some kind of ancient, weird, I don't know, temple or something. But this is where the creature that sent us on our quest was. What's this? He walks up the stairs. Harry, bring that light up here. They get up there, and laying in the middle of this circle on this thing was a snapped spear that looks very familiar to the team. Well, well, well. A message from Sisyphus. And Kazakh goes, Sisyphus? What do you know of Sisyphus? That is the dragon of the horde that you... Yeah, he hired us to bring back that spear. Wait. That spear has been destroyed? Looks that way. What have you done? We were just trying to keep him off of us. Yes, but now he will go back and rampage against my people. You mean the people who exiled you? Yes, I suppose that is a point. I am no longer wanted there. Right. So my suggestion is, you seem to like the Dark Beneath. We wanted Sisyphus gone. So we're going to go back to our surface life. We get your money, and we'll bring you your 2 magic items as agreed. All right. So we have healing stones. Those I will give you. Those... No, healing stones wear out. Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm not sure we really have any... well, I'll tell you what. We will go talk to my Granny Shieldfoot and see what we can come up with. Wait a second. You don't have my pay? Well, no, it's just that... Well, what? Am I betrayed? No. Listen. I thought healing stones count as magic items. That's what I thought you were talking about, but you said you don't want those. So, we can bring you something more permanent. I could just walk away and never come back or whatever. Clyde's like, I just say we leave now. Back to the surface. No, deal's a deal. We can get you the coinage, no problem. And we're gonna have to spend some time. I need to travel to Granny Shieldfoot and get you some magic items. You got nothing better to do. Maybe, but I don't think you understand. I'm not sure how much time you have. Now, what's that supposed to mean? No, not a threat from me. A threat from my people. Things are in motion. Now, what does that mean? Well, tell you what, bring me back my magic items and we'll have a discussion. I shall remain here. Okay, I don't like this, Kazakh. How do I know you'll return? I am a hairfoot of my word. Very well. I shall await your return. Okay, we'll be back. So they make their way back to the surface and back to Wheat Haven. Well, what do you think? I don't trust him. I know, Clyde. I don't trust him either. But a deal's a deal, and we gotta bring him some magic items. So we need to go see Granny Shieldfoot. She's the only one I know of that will be able to provide me with magic items. This Granny Shieldfoot seems to have a lot of resources. You don't know the half of it. All right, I'm really worried about what he means by that threat. All right, let us go. Hurry, we've got some traveling to do. So they are off to see Granny Shieldfoot, and that's where we're going to end this episode. Hopefully you enjoyed that as the mystery thickens. So thank you so much for watching. If, like I said, Delves and Dangers looks like a thing that you would be interested in, you can download it at the link below. And once again, I want to thank all of you for watching and making it this far and enjoying these little tales I'm telling as I solo game my way through YouTube. All right, thank you folks for watching. See you in the next one. Till next time, keep on rolling dice and playing games. Mage Hammer out.